Things between Claressa Shields and Remy Ma suddenly erupted in a way nobody saw coming. What began as a casual comment about Papoose quickly spiraled into an intense feud that has left everyone talking. Voices were raised, insults were exchanged, and what seemed like a harmless remark turned into a full-blown showdown that sent shockwaves through their circle. The tension is so thick it could almost be felt in the air. Relationships are being tested, alliances questioned, and secrets that had been quietly lingering behind the scenes are now coming to light. Claressa's response was not just a quick clapback. It was deliberate, sharp, and calculated, designed to make a statement and send a message. Her words carried the weight of someone who had been holding back for a long time. What started online quickly escalated as posts and captions full of sarcasm, subtle digs, and unmistakable shade left Remy Ma stunned. By the time she attempted to respond, the reaction had already set the stage for a larger, more public spectacle. Mutual friends and acquaintances began whispering about the situation, and even casual interactions at gatherings turned tense, with side glances and subtle remarks carrying unspoken meaning. Every emoji, like, and comment was analyzed as if each action were part of a strategic game. Meanwhile, Papoose found himself in a difficult position. Trying to stay neutral proved nearly impossible as the feud escalated. He privately reached out to Remy Ma for clarification, but Claressa's posts had already ignited a wider conflict. The tension spread quickly, pulling in friends and insiders who could no longer ignore the unfolding drama. Every interaction became a potential spark for the next explosion, and everyone realized that this was no ordinary celebrity spat. Claressa's strategy was deliberate. She doubled down on her posts, adding layers of pointed remarks that showed she was not reacting impulsively, but rather following a plan. Her comments were designed to provoke, leaving Remy Ma with little room to respond without escalating the situation further. As the day progressed, the conflict grew even more intense, spilling over into private conversations, late-night calls, and online speculation. Friends tried to mediate, but the attempts failed as Claressa insisted that this wasn't just about a comment. It was about respect, boundaries, and accountability. The feud quickly expanded beyond the two of them. Mutual friends were forced to pick sides, some quietly supporting Claressa, others siding with Remy Ma, and a few trying unsuccessfully to remain neutral. The tension became almost tangible, as if one wrong move could trigger another round of drama. Claressa's team even reached out to industry insiders, hinting at past remarks and interactions that painted Remy Ma in a negative light, further intensifying the conflict. Every post, story, and comment was dissected, and the drama started making waves beyond their immediate circle. By nightfall, it was clear that this was only the beginning. The energy surrounding the feud was electric, unpredictable, and far from resolved. The situation had evolved into a high-stakes clash of words, strategy, and reputation. Both Claressa and Remy Ma made it obvious that neither side was backing down, and friends and insiders could only brace for the next twist. What started as a simple comment had exploded into a complex battle filled with tension, calculated moves, and public scrutiny, leaving everyone watching and wondering how far this feud would go and what would happen next. Rumors of potential showdowns, both online and in person, quickly began to swirl, creating a tense and unpredictable atmosphere. It was obvious to everyone involved that this wasn't just a simple celebrity disagreement. What had begun as a comment had evolved into a calculated clash of egos, pride, and reputations. The stakes were higher than ever, and the energy surrounding the situation had reached a fever pitch. Claressa's sharp and relentless responses had pushed Remy Ma into a corner, while Papoose, who had tried to remain neutral, found himself caught in a nearly unbearable position, watching the drama unfold from the middle. Insiders revealed that Claressa was not holding back in private either. Conversations that were meant to remain confidential reportedly leaked, adding fuel to an already raging fire. One insider described the unfolding events as watching a storm build, with twists arriving when no one was prepared for them. Remy Ma reportedly attempted one final attempt at calm, sending a private message that read, "I didn't mean any harm. Let's just drop this before it gets worse." Claressa, however, was far from forgiving. She allegedly replied with icy precision, emphasizing that the issue was not about intentions but about respect and boundaries. Her words carried the authority and weight of someone who had been underestimated for too long, and she made it clear that she would not back down until her boundaries were respected. The tension soon reached an even higher level when Claressa allegedly orchestrated a series of subtle public posts and social media stories. These posts hinted at behind-the-scenes tensions and revealed details that shocked everyone in their circle. Friends and collaborators were reportedly caught off guard, scrambling to determine which parts were true and which were exaggerated for effect. Insiders described the atmosphere as tense and electric, with everyone bracing for the next bomb to drop but unsure exactly where it would land. The stakes had grown beyond the personal, extending into professional reputations and the social standing of everyone involved. Papoose reportedly attempted to intervene again, trying to mediate between the two, but his efforts had limited effect. Claressa allegedly made it clear that she wasn't playing games, and Remy Ma's explanations were met with subtle but unmistakable jabs. Conversations became heated, with Claressa insisting on accountability and Remy Ma trying to maintain composure under immense pressure. It became clear that the clash was no longer about a single comment. It was about pride, respect, and public perception, with neither side willing to give an inch. As the evening progressed, the drama spilled over into unexpected areas. Mutual friends were reportedly forced to pick sides, and social dynamics that had been stable for years suddenly felt fragile. Claressa's approach was described by insiders as deliberate, strategic, and fearless, ensuring that Remy Ma would have to respond or risk appearing dismissive of a direct challenge. As speculation about the next move grew, questions circulated about whether the feud would escalate further, whether there would be an in-person confrontation, or whether the battle would remain online. Claressa's position was unmistakably clear, leaving no room for ambiguity, while Remy Ma was reportedly reassessing her approach in real time. By this point, it was obvious that this was far more than ordinary social media drama. It was a statement, a warning, and a high-stakes battle that could reshape relationships, alliances, and reputations for months to come. Claressa's determination not to back down, combined with Remy Ma's efforts to regain control of the narrative, created a tension so thick that even Papoose, stuck in the middle, struggled to keep the peace. Every move, every post, every story added another layer to the conflict, transforming what could have been a minor disagreement into one of the most talked-about celebrity feuds in recent memory. Insiders suggested that Claressa's strategic approach had set a tone that few could match, and there were still hidden layers that had yet to be revealed. Even the smallest misstep by either party could reignite the fire. Attempts at mediation only kept tensions high, making each interaction unpredictable. This feud had become a careful game of strategy, pride, and reputation, with consequences far beyond the digital space. The public was now watching every move, analyzing each subtle jab, and speculating about what might happen next. Questions loomed. Who would blink first? Could apologies ever repair the damage? Or was this only the beginning? Claressa's deliberate, strategic responses had set the stage for a dramatic, high-stakes conflict, leaving insiders and fans alike guessing about what the next chapter would bring. The tension was electric, the stakes were enormous, and the drama was far from over. The stage was set, the players were ready, and everyone had to buckle up, stay tuned, and watch as the next shocking updates unfolded in this unpredictable, high-profile celebrity feud.